Hello from Vientiane, Laos. Today we're taking the shiny new lao-china high-speed train. From the Lao capital of Vientiane to the ancient capital and UNESCO heritage listed town of Luang Prabang. Our first mission is to buy a ticket, which you'd think it'd be easy, but tickets only go on sale 3 days before departure. And that's not the only hurdle. You see, there is a Lao-China railway ticket booth in the Vientiane centre. However, they don't take cash or card. They only take payment via a local payment system, unavailable to foreigners. There is an app, but you can only use this app if you have a Lao SIM card. But if you do, you can purchase tickets 3 days before using your foreign card. But if you're only in Laos a few days or just arrived yesterday, like me, you most likely won't have this. The next option is to take a bus or tuk-tuk to the train station. The ticket booth here does accept cash, however it's only open an hour each side of the 4 daily departures. So you'll need to waste a day buying a ticket, because there's a good chance the train will be fully booked on the day of departure. Now I did see some stores in Vientiane offering tickets. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I'm sure it's a decent option. Anyway, I booked through 1-2-Go. I was able to purchase the tickets in advance, and 3 days before departure they sent someone out to buy the tickets for me in person. They also picked me up from the hotel, so this took a lot of the hassle out of it for me. I was only in Vientiane 2 days and didn't want to spend my only day at the station buying a ticket. Who can blame me? My first class ticket cost me $37 US, which is around 766,000 lao-china kip. Vientiane station is located almost 15 kilometers to the northeast and open on the 3rd of December 2021, along with the rest of the line. Now, unfortunately, you'll arrive to a closed station. You see, the station only opens an hour before departure. There is a small space upstairs where you can get a good look at the station hall that, when open, can accommodate a huge 2,500 passengers. There is a restaurant here as well if you want to grab something to eat, and by the look of it, some more shops on the way. It was super hot today, so waiting outside for over an hour isn't ideal. But I'd hate to think of how bad it'd be if it was raining. There's only a tiny amount of cover. The station runs like clockwork, so it's time to line up, because exactly 1 hour before departure, they open the doors. Now, to be able to enter the station, you have to show your passport and a ticket, as well as go through a quick security check. Once through though, we can see how impressive this building really is. I think this may be the cleanest and shiniest station I've ever seen. That's probably got something to do with it being closed so long between trains. There's a lot of facilities here, including free filtered water, chilled or hot. There's also some convenience stores, as well as a souvenir shop, and I have serious regret not buying something here. There is an international service once a day to Kunming, China, so there's also a duty-free shop here. Anyway, enough about the station. It looks like our train has just arrived. Boarding commences 20 minutes before departure, and there's multiple lines and gates, which makes boarding quite quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your belongings steadily on the specified route.
As expected, we departed exactly on time and head north out of Vientiane, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm already impressed.
Price tickets for lighters with 1.5 meters should.
I'm in first class today, which is set up in a 2-2 configuration. The legroom is good and has a little footstool at the bottom. There's a pretty big seat pocket at the back, as well as a coat hook. Between the seats you'll find USB and power sockets, as well as a reclining seat. Check out the soft pillow, this seat is really comfy. There's a fold-out table in the armrest that can be folded either in half or full, which is a great idea. Our journey today takes us north, 238 kilometers to Luang Prabang. This line is the start of a proposed Singapore to China train line, which currently only runs from Vientiane to Kunming, China. This line is a Chinese-built standard gauge line called the Lao-China Railway. Trains operate up to 160 kilometers an hour in Laos and then up to 200 kilometers an hour in China, so it isn't exactly what you would call a high-speed train, but it is fast, especially for Southeast Asia. Our journey time today is just shy of 2 hours, and compared to the 6 or 7 hours by road, I think that's a massive difference. On board, you'll find a Western-style toilet with all the regular amenities. And surprise, surprise, it's super clean. And outside the toilet, there's a separate wash basin and recycle bins. The train itself is an air-conditioned 8-car electric version of the Chinese CR200J. There's just one first-class car on board, with the rest being second class, which is set up in a 2-3 configuration. In the vestibule, as well as a sink, you'll find luggage storage, which as you can see isn't quite big enough for all the luggage on board, though there is apparently a luggage room that I think isn't being used here. There's also a filtered hot and cold water dispenser. Further down the train is a catering car. Unfortunately, they're out of the only thing I wanted.
Which one is the sandwich?
Oh, sorry.
This,
So our
this is good?
Yeah.
Okay.
As we pull into our first station, Vientiane, the main reason for this line becomes apparent. You see, it's not just for the fast passenger travel, but for freight. And with Laos being the only landlocked country in Southeast Asia, it's kind of important and will bring much needed help to the Lao economy. Truth be told, the only reason I came here was to take the train, but what I wasn't expecting was the scenery along the way. It was breathtaking. I mean, I was awestruck. But I'm not even going to try and explain. I'll let you see for yourself. Most of the line is single line, so we have to wait for the opposite train to pass. When this happens, we get some nice lao-china music played through the train, just to make sure we don't get bored.
4 ขวดมันอะไรร้อยมัน
The final leg of the journey had us speeding through a series of long tunnels, and I mean a lot. In fact, this line has 75 tunnels, with a combined length of 197 kilometers. To compare, the Channel Tunnel linking England and France is only 50 kilometers. Another thing I noticed was the outside temperature dropped 5 degrees, from 32 to 27.
Please pay attention to the gap between the train and the platform.
So what do I think of the train overall? Well, the hard product is perfect. It's smooth, clean, I loved it. The soft product can use some improvement. Making tickets easier to buy and opening the station earlier than just before the train leaves is just one improvement that can be made. But when you're travelling to places like this, we have to remember that we're travelling through an underdeveloped country. And to be honest, we should be happy that we have this incredible service to ride on. We arrived at Luang Prabang 35 minutes late. This was due to us waiting for the opposite service on the single line track.
Hello.
I don't think we're on a speed train, right?
Hey?
It's like express train kind of. It's not really speed.
Yeah, it's fast. It's not as fast as some.
At Luang Prabang, we had our own dedicated exit that bypassed the main station hall. You can't go in there without a ticket for the next service. Getting from the station to the town centre couldn't be easier, with shuttle buses waiting at the station to take you. Just line up and grab a ticket.
What? Thank you.
The ride into Luang Prabang takes about 20 minutes, and they drop you in front of the night market, where you can either walk or grab a tuk-tuk to your accommodation. Now I love this place, and wish I could spend more time here. One thing I know for sure is I'll be back. Maybe I'll take the train to China. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please remember to like and subscribe, it means a lot. And if you really enjoyed it, you can support me by hitting the join button, or heading over to my Patreon page. You'll even get your name at the end of my videos. Thanks for watching!